Hello, and welcome back to the RPA Developer Production Ready Essentials training. Now that we've seen how UI interactions work when we're dealing with apps for which we have access to the UI elements, let's see how we retrieve text in the cases where we don't have access, like Citrix and virtual environments, when image recognition is the only solution. We will mimic working in a Citrix environment by trying to automate a simple Google search in a Chrome browser instance that runs without the UiPath extension installed. To start, let's create a new project and name it OCR Input-Output Methods and add a description. Let's enter Demo Showcasing OCR Input and Output Methods. As a next step, let's create a sequence and change its name to OCR Input-Output Methods. We want to get information from an open Google page. But since the UI elements are not recognized, we want to base our automation on the stable parts on which we can rely that will always have the same position. In order to do so, let's add a image exists activity and indicate the Google search button, since we're confident that it will keep its position. Now we'll create an output variable and name it Google search image, and also rename the image exists activity into image exists Google search image. Now we have to check if the image was found. We'll add an if activity and create an annotation. Right-click on the if activity and select Annotations. Keep in mind that annotations are used as a way of documenting our actions. Let's write what we want this activity to track. If the Google search button exists in the page. Under the condition, let's set Google search image equals true. If our condition is met, we want to receive a confirmation. Now we'll add a write-line activity inside then alongside the else container. Under true, we'll have the following text displayed. The image is present. And under false, the Google search image is not present. Let's see how we did so far. And as we can observe in the output panel, we have our confirmation. The image is present. Awesome! So the next step in our automation is to search for something on Google. In the Design menu, we go to Recording and select Native Citrix. Now that we know the search button exists, we also know that the search bar will always be in the same relative position to the button. So, with Citrix Recording, we'll be using OCR to find the text that represents the caption of our button, and then the search bar by clicking in a position relative to the button. Inside the search bar, we select Text, Mouse, and click on the area since the whole page is seen as one image. Now we're going to click OK on the pop-up that tells us to install the UiPath extension. And within the Screen Scraper wizard, we can see that some text was recognized. We enter in the search text field Google Search. And we test click to verify that the button is found. We found the text. Now we need to click somewhere in a position relative to the button to access the search bar. So we set mouse position on the search button and we indicate a point on the screen inside the search bar. We ignore the pop-up. Now back to our screen scraping wizard, we select Finish and we save and exit the native Citrix recording. Now we'll rename the newly created activities in our workflow. Next, we'll move the native Citrix simulation within the condition. First, we need to modify the Attach Window activity. We select Indicate on Screen, and instead of the browser page content, we select the whole browser. And now we open the option menu again, select Edit Selector, delete what we don't need, and validate. Now let's run the workflow. Moving on, we will add a Type Into activity and set it to Local Weather Bucharest. Then have a Click Image activity and indicate on screen the Google search field and also modify the name of the Type Into activity alongside the Click Image one. and we'll run the workflow once more. And it all works just as expected. Thank you for watching. Until next time, happy automation!